Great, thank you very much, David. I totally agree with you. The Fusion Fund will also invest 40% outside Silicon Valley for lots of healthcare company, Texas Medical Center in Houston, and also Austin. We have a couple healthcare company relocate to that region. Definitely, that's the go-to destination for my future investment as well. So first, hello everyone. I'm so glad to joining the event today. I'm the founder and the managing partner of Fusion Fund. We're a VC firm based in Silicon Valley, Palo Alto, focused on earlier stage, deep tech, and healthcare investment. So healthcare has been always a huge passion for me. I was initial healthcare entrepreneur, built and ran my own medical device company, which eventually I sold to a publicly listed medical device company a couple of years later. Since then, I also started to invest and support other healthcare founders. In 2015, I launched the Fusion Fund. From day one, healthcare has been one of the major focus. And also in the past 6 years, we saw lots of things are changing the landscape of healthcare innovation, from the initially purely medical device and life science therapeutics diagnostics solution to 2017, there are lots of discussions start about AI in healthcare, how to leverage new technology, including network technology, data analysis, to help us not only have better solution, but also have a solution for better quality of life. And in the past 2 years, on one side, everyone frustrated because of the COVID situation. But on the other side, COVID definitely accelerated two major trends. The first one is digital transformation. The second one is really the technology implement and adoption for the healthcare industry in general. I always talk about there's a AAA problem in healthcare industry called accessibility, affordable, and accuracy. This AAA problem is a big issue in the healthcare system. And we saw that that got amplified even during the COVID. So based on that strong needs, we also see from our portfolio company much faster adoption, including from AI solution to edge computing solution to IoT solution to integrate with different stage of workflow in the healthcare system to help, for example, doctor and the nurse make better decision, help them pre-screen the data, lots of AI-powered medical imaging solution. There are lots of also solution help their just the information management, the hospital being more accurate and also efficient. There are also solutions for the insurance payers for them to better access to the data to make better decision on their product. And meanwhile, there's now lots of new progress of the technology focused on better diagnosis of cancer, heart disease, and even mental disease, and even contribute to the personalized diagnostic and also therapeutic solution for the critical disease. Last year, I think lots of people probably heard about this really big progress about AlphaFold. We're able to use artificial intelligence to really accurately predict the folding structure of protein, which is really amazing just for this industry in general, and also enable us in the future if we encounter another situation similar as a COVID, we'll be able to quickly identify the protein folding structure from the virus and have much faster progress to create and also manufacturing the antibody and even the vaccine. So this is kind of the example and also the indication of the stage of applying AI in the healthcare sector. And meanwhile, for the past 2 years, we also see lots of progress for apply AI for mental disease. Everyone knows that the aging population, that's a big issue across the world, and how we could better support the aging population in terms of early diagnosis of, for example, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, and then find a better correlation about what actually causing this neurology disease for a specific patient. Then we could try to find a better solution for the pure therapeutic side. So there are lots of apply AI to be better to connect the dots of the different data sources to identify for certain people what is the root cause. And then based on that, there's a lot of solution we could provide even at the super earlier stage. So besides all this like digital transformation, AI solution, and edge computing also providing lots of opportunity for healthcare service provider have low latency or no latency communication and be able to get data support right away. And to the last layer, I talk about AI layer, data layer, network layer. The last layer really the hardware layer, which also relate to my original academia background as a material science background researcher. There's a new technology, for example, artificial skin from Stanford. Using the new material, make the sensor is a flexible sensor, like your human skin could text lots of super accurate and sensitive data. That's also enable new type of a healthcare application. For example, soft robot. For example, different type of the sensor that could really collect information continuously from our body and find a better correlation between different diseases and between different bioinformatics. And meanwhile, we also see the progress of the nanorobot application in the healthcare sector. People might be super familiar with nanorobot application for brain-machine interface, but that's only one of it. For nanorobot, it could also be used for the DNA engine, which is critical technology for target medicine delivery for cancer. Another thing is using the micro robot as a medical implant into our human brain to recover the brain damage, to rebuild the neuron transmission in order to help potential cure any disease caused by brain damage, and also the disease I mentioned earlier, Parkinson, dementia, Alzheimer. So this is the also more frontier hardware layer technology being under research in the past 5 to 7 years. Now it's really ready for commercialization. So from the hardware sensor layer to the network edge computing layer, and to the last data analysis layer, you can see the full stack solution are ready right now to better serve the healthcare system, from patient to the healthcare service provider to the payer. They all be able to integrate so many different tech solutions to make it more efficient, effective, and also low cost service providing opportunity. And at the last, I know many people will talk about innovation in healthcare. One concern is really about the security of the data. So data privacy is also a very important topic. And meanwhile, we're seeing federal learning, lots of federal learning from the AI side, and also regulation in place to help us better identify the ownership of data, and also have better security solution to help us be able to use the data without disclose the sensitive information. So talking about lots of concept, I only have limited amount of time, so I did not dive into too much of detail. But I just want to give every one of you a general overview of what's happening in this ecosystem and what are the opportunity there. I know many new, especially younger founder with AI background was hesitated about entering into the healthcare sector, afraid of regulation, afraid of FDA approval, afraid of complication of the whole healthcare system. But on the other side, we need to see this is a 20% of US GDP. It's a huge, huge market with big challenge and problem. And meanwhile, all the key players are changing their mindset, trying to integrate and also be open to work with new technology solution. And all this existing problem could be better solved, not just by the healthcare innovation, not just by the microfluidic technology, but better like coding technology. The better solution could potentially be provided by the AI edge computing, data analysis, all this outside healthcare tech innovation. So this interdiscipline emerging innovation opportunity is huge. And we would love to support and help more founders focus on this direction, and also be able to adopt a new solution to make the whole healthcare system a better future. Thank you, everyone. Very glad to share with everyone today, and hope you have a very good rest of the conference and enjoy more panel.
Okay, Lou, thank you for your time. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, please.
So I know you made lots of investment in Silicon Valley. So let's talk about one question. Where else are you investing? And location-wise?
Location-wise, we have 40% outside Silicon Valley. So we have company based in Austin, in Houston. Houston have a terrific Texas medical center, so very great ecosystem. We also invest in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a great resources, talent pool for AI, and also UPMC. That's really one of the top hospital system in the United States. We also have investment based in Utah, Salt Lake City. So you can see we have really nice coverage, and also some company based in Chicago and some company based in Boston.
Okay, great. When are you coming to Austin?
I wanted to.
Normal question. Not, you don't need to promise, but I'm trying to.
No, I actually came to Austin every year for South by Southwest before the COVID. For the past 2 years, definitely not much travel or no travel, but I do plan to visit Austin in the near future. I do have a couple existing portfolio companies that relocated from Bay Area to Austin, and also heard great things about the ecosystem built up there. And also, good friend like you, David, relocate to Austin. So I do have my to-do list for next year that to visit Austin sometimes, and I would love to visit you in person.
Okay, sounds great. So by the way, my understanding is that South by Southwest is biking offline next year, and we actually are running a Founder World small program next year, maybe some